Hello, everyone. Well, today, as you can see, it says, what is Montessori? Montessori is an educational system. Do bear with me, okay? Never been in front of so many people. Right. An educational system founded in the 1900s by Dr. Maria Montessori, born in Italy in 1870. First ever female to enter medical school in Italy, role model for women, physician and educator best known for the philosophy of education that bears her name and her writing in scientific pedagogy. She made the discovery of the child and the absorbent mind. Now, difference with Montessori to mainstream education is child-led education, the choice of materials, the activities, encouraging independence, learning freedom to move around, self-discipline, kindness through sharing, caring of another, respect of self, others, and your environment. Right. So I'm a big, strong believer that images speak louder than words. So I have a few photos. Oops. There we go. Mixed age groups working together. So not necessarily that you go into mainstream 5-year-olds to 5-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 3-year-olds. No, we mix the older children with the younger children. Why? Because we often find that children learn from each other. Here they are helping each other, an older child. All these practical skills, again, mixed age groups. If it works. Oh, oops. Here you find one of our older children. The little one didn't want to eat, but she wanted the older child to feed her quite happily. Oops. And here you go. They were doing an activity of folding, working together. Now, what I find so beautiful about this image is how the children come together, and you see the joy on the faces, the concentration, and that is what Montessori is about. It's about following the child, letting them experience things. So, independent learning. Now, we're not called teachers. Montessori, we're called directresses, we're called guides. Why are we guides? Because the material teaches, and we guide the child through observations. And here we go, some more photos. Every child, you can see children working at their own individual choice of work, and we do call it the child's work. You see little ones working side by side. And practical life. What is practical life for Montessori? Well, it's a purpose-built activity that develops motor control and coordination and develops independence, concentration, and a sense of responsibility. The exercises in practical life cover two main areas of development: care of self and care of the environment. As you can see, one of our little ones cutting up her snack in her own purpose-built kitchen. Everything will be child-sized in a Montessori nursery because you find that it is there for the children. There you go, rolling up a mat, which might seem simple to somebody else, but it actually requires a lot of concentration. There we go, tying up, learning how to buckle, practical life skills, and obviously playing a bit of cuckoo. Again, transferring, hand-eye coordination, transferring of water skills, and it goes on. Now, what is sensorial? What does a sensorial material do? Sensory activities are used in Montessori to help children in discrimination and order. They also help broaden and refine a child's senses. When a child combines Montessori design materials with sensorial work, it helps them become more logical, perceptive, and aware. Here we go. Now, here you can see children using knob cylinders and knobless cylinders both together. And you can see one of the children, she's actually checking through height, matching them up through width, and the concentration, which is key. You always see these children, they're always concentrating and working. There we go. And then you can see again, you can do a variety of exercises, but everything that always strikes me the most here is the concentration on these children's faces, the sense of purpose that they show. Here we go. This is the children doing the maze with the red rods. We're working on balance and concentration once more. Now, this work is built by the children. See? Now, this is an interesting exercise. It's funny how adults and children think differently. When I had seen this exercise and I'd seen the paper with it, I thought, right, you're going to build one on top of the other, and it goes higher and higher. This child was much brighter than me, because they always teach us a lot, and she actually decided to put them side by side so it looked exactly like it was in the cardboard. And I thought, yeah, why didn't I think of that? So again, we can learn a lot from our children. Again, this one here, not an easy task, believe you me, very specific. There are a lot of angles. If you do not put it together correctly, it will fall. These children concentrate. They either work on their own or they work in a team setting. Again, it was Christmas time. Even the young ones joined in, built a tree out of the different materials, and then he decided to get all the bits out of the different cupboards, puzzles and that, and just decorate the tree. Creativity and problem solving. The Montessori environment promotes problem solving and critical thinking skills in a variety of ways. With each piece of material that is presented to the child, there are problem solving skills that are required to master at work. So here we go. This is the Roman arch. And then again, you have to problem solve. There are specific pieces that go together. Oh, and as you can see, I want to go back one. Right, so you see a little 3-year-old putting this together. All she did was look at a design, and there you go, off she went. The limitations that we give our children are our limitations, not theirs. As you can see again. And they just love working. And again, you see that we're not sitting at tables, or we're not at desks all the time. They like to lie on the floor and just enjoy. Numeracy and maths. Well, Montessori math curriculum is one of the best examples of unique beauty in Montessori materials. Then the math materials continue to prepare the child for later learning. Then they use concrete materials to introduce abstract concepts and give the sequential understanding of mathematical concepts. So as you'll see, oops, here we go. So in preparation, here we go. Right, here are the the rods again, and you can see them going up in steps. This is the beginning of the mathematical equipment. And what they do is they're teaching quantity. Montessori is very much about quantity before the number. Again, then we have the sandpaper numerals for learning ready for writing. And then different activities that we prepare, and the children can actually choose how they place the numbers and the quantities. Again, the spindle box, learning our numbers up to 9. Then we go on to doing our team boards. Again, you can see working at a table, working the floor, wherever you're most comfortable. Again, the young ones working number 10s, teen numbers. And again, you see that a lot of the time you don't see a teacher sitting by a directress sitting by the children, because we like them to work on their own. Again, you can make the equipment out of anything. Creativity is key in Montessori. Children learn the numbers of quantities. Again, our fraction triangles. So again, these children at a very young age are learning fractions. These are used for our language skills, as well as our three-dimensional shapes. And here we go, language. What is language? Well, it's a physical science, an introduction to language. Language is a system of symbols with an agreed-upon meaning. Okay, so here we go. Language is a means of communication, ideas or feelings, use of conventionalized sounds and signs, thus being spoken and written language. Right, this is one I love. I asked the children to work on house. We were talking about positional language. In front of, behind, underneath, on top. But the children decided, I said, well, here's the house. I'd like you to work together. And I'd like you to set up the house as a group activity and see how you'd like to decorate it. This then encourages the children to have a conversation. When I come back, I see that everything's outside. The house put to one side, and there they are, as you can well see. When I said, oh, what's happened here? The house is too small, they said. The house is too small. I don't understand. Could you explain? Well, we're having a party. So, it's too small in the house, so we took it outside. Logic, of course. So, very good. Again, learning how to write. You have your language boards, you follow them, you trace them with your hand, and then you get the sand out, and then they trace preparation for writing. Whoops. I will get there. Oh, here we go. Oh, well, I haven't got very long, everyone, so I knew I wouldn't. So I'm just going to zoom by. I mean, I have loads more photos, which are going to show where we're working. Go to the library. I'm just going to try and go very quickly through this for you. I knew I need at least an hour. Something I'm very passionate about is education and children. But what I want to get to are the quotes. The world around us, science, learning about the world, where animals come from, arts and crafts. We take this very seriously, as you can see. Expression. Music. Now, I didn't have enough time to put music on, but we do have one where the children are discovering the different sounds. And again, you'll see that they're all sitting, not specifically in any routine, they're just sitting around. And you'll find that our teachers, we all work together. Go outdoors often, fresh air, discovery again, picnics, counting again, have fun, balancing. Now, this is one photo that I particularly love. This is one I call happiness. Happiness because you can see in there the teachers as well were running in the water. There's no such thing as that we are better than or bigger than. We are equals. In Montessori, it's very much about respect. Respect the child, respect their beliefs, come to an understanding. If you do that, then the world's your oyster. Quotes from Montessori. Never help a child with a task at which he feels he can succeed. Very true. A lot of time as parents, we feel that we can come along and we correct things and we do things for the children. We cannot do that. We need to let them grow. Child, you'll be surprised what your children can achieve. And let us treat them, children, therefore, with all the kindness which we would wish to help develop in them. Again, very true. If you treat someone with respect and kindness, therefore you receive the same. Doesn't matter the age. Free the child's potential and you will transform him unto the world. Maria Montessori very much believes that the children are our future. I believe the children are our future. And as you can see, a bit more about outdoors, learning about nature. And that's Fred and Bob. And we'll try and move it quickly forward, and then we'll come to finalise. No, it won't. Oh, there we go. Children experiencing, building meaningful relationships. There we go. Friendships, bonds. And then, after such a busy day, some much-needed R&R. Okay. So again, Maria Montessori believed, and I'm going to cut this very short because I can see the red light, and I'm worried about the trapdoor. So what I would say is, with the children, what I find is they're just amazing. And Maria Montessori put it as, why do we let nature develop naturally? You know, you get a caterpillar, eventually develops into a beautiful butterfly. It takes its time, yes. Why then with children do we use them like a piece of clay and try and mold them into something that we want? Let them develop naturally. You'll be amazed at what your children can achieve. They are amazing. Thank you.